This is why this is why it's super important to cheat on your girl sometimes. No, listen.
Damn, boy, he's saving these hoes on the big time, ain't he?
This man's about to be divorced by the end of the
Remove some room. Save them
thing.
hoes, Turk.
If you cheat on your girl every now and then, it make them feel like they on love and hip hop. Okay, they love that. All right. Sometimes you just gotta take the code off your phone and just let God do the rest.
Nigga,
like
what?
Yes.
What? I would not suggest doing that. I would never suggest doing that.
They can't just watch Housewives of Atlanta. They gotta reenact.
Women like to be on their toes. They say, I got a drama-filled show. Love and Sip Hop is a drama-filled show.
Y'all should go watch it on Facebook.
Every day. They still be with the same people.
It's ratchet.
Like, it's super ratchet, but women love to get cheated on every now and then, bro. I'm telling you.
I think generally speaking, women operate in chaos. Like all my female friends, they deal with free. Like I got a friend. I hope she ain't watching this, but this is married. She's married, dealing with 3 other, ignoring her husband and talking to 3 other.
What?
And arguing with 3 other.
Do they know she's married?
Of course they do. Come on now.
And her husband doesn't know?
I don't know.
I hope he finds out. I hope he finds out.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you are.
No, nigga, she don't live there.
Every goddamn thing.
That don't mean you don't fly. You fly. You be in a long distance relationship. Quit. What are you talking about?
Quick. Yeah. I already know Hank and Masculine. I know they get cheated on. Listen, if y'all think y'all women faithful, I dare you come home early from work tomorrow.
I'll say this real quick. What I'll say is I think it has more to do with, like I said, a man who focuses on himself, and a man who really leads a relationship. Because what happens with men who are like, I think somebody mentioned it before. I think Hoop, you mentioned it. A man who is kind of on his purpose, or a man who has a certain level of ambition, there's always another level. There's always another evolution to the man that we're trying to become. And if we're leading the relationship, if we're planning everything and we're leading that woman in a certain direction, she becomes a part of that rise. She becomes a part of that journey. And so if she has something to look forward to, which is the success of that man, which trickles down to the improvement of quality of her own life, then that's what makes the journey something that she wants to be a part of for
exciting
time. And so that in itself is exciting, because there are going to be times where there's a goal that he wants to achieve for this month, but then he misses it. So there's some disappointment. So there's a low part of the emotional roller coaster. But then next month he strikes that deal, and then there's a high part of the emotional roller coaster, and so on and so forth. And in between, they're still having sex. They're still being romantic. There's still a lot of things going on. And like I said, that man is leading. So I think that in itself, the evolution of the man is what makes the true excitement. You understand? So yeah, go ahead.
Miles is so positive, man. Like, what the
he right, bro.
Well, and to add to that, like that's what's going to be the excitement for the woman, because like you said, Masculine, if he takes a loss and he knows how to lay pipe, he's going to come home and let her know that he took a loss. She's going to have something to look forward to. If he takes a win and she knows she has a role in his life, he's going to come home and let her have it, and that's exciting to her. So it'll be less dramatic in that manner, because she'll have something to look forward to. So men on their purpose that have a good, like I said, that have a good medium between good and bad guy, kill it. And those are also some of the most confident men. So they know that they can get any woman they want. So that's why a woman that is a little bit the chase or less reachable, those are more, because that's more of a chase for him, as long as she kind of like understands his journey. A man doesn't want a woman that comes into his life and makes his journey to his end goal harder. That's why all this masculine energy is becoming very decisive, and all this feminism and stuff, because it's really masculine. So dudes are like, I'm not going to deal with that. So it'll come across as women will go, oh, well, he's all controlling and toxic masculinity. No, if he's a good man, he's just on his purpose. He don't want to deal with your bull.
Right.
I think like when women, like when a man in his purpose, I feel like this is number one threat, a woman. And because I can't explain, it's kind of like Superman and Clark Kent. Okay, like when old girl, what was the girlfriend name?
Anna.
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane. When Lois Lane, Lois Lane wanted me. She wanted Superman. Okay, she didn't want Clark Kent. She wanted Superman, but when she got Superman, she wanted him to be Clark Kent. So like her whole purpose was to take out of his purpose.
Great example.
She wanted Clark Kent to be Mother Superman, and she wanted Superman to be Clark Kent.
Why are we paying attention to what in the first place? That's why I don't talk to you, 2K. You always focus on the female.
You gotta have the worst Yelp relationship review ever. No stars. Like, hey, I'm all with you. I'm masculine and I'm with you. You gotta do something in return. Like,
here's what you don't understand. I'm a man who is that dope. So me just being me is the reward for that woman. But that's why I talk about compatibility. And that's why I'm not running around with every bitch in the city. There's a specific ones that I deal with and only them. But they understand that my personality, me literally being naturally me, is the reward, bro. See, and those are the type of women I deal with.
You dope. I'm more like cocaine. Okay, I might be cheap, but I'm gonna make a boy with a life. That's you. So I get it, bro. We two different girls.
So like Hink, for example, I wanted to make a contrast because you mentioned that you don't do anything within the house and stuff like that, which is fair game, right? But like, so the difference is like to give the people listening a contrast. For example, like I'm not married, I don't have children or anything. So take that outside of that. If I'm at a girl's house, at a woman's house, and she needs the trash taken out, there's two things that I consider. Number one, especially if it's nighttime, I don't want her going out there by herself. End of story. So that's number one, because if I'm sitting in the house and it's her house or whatever, we're at her place, and she goes and takes out the trash, if something happens to her, I'm going to feel like. Number two is I know that if I go and just take out the trash because it needs to be taken out, and she notices that, she's going to want to. She's going to want to give me that. That is the smallest things to women that when you can, and sometimes, like, I hate to use this term, but emotional manipulation will get you a long way in the dating game. And so, like, when you know how to do that, by doing something like that, end of story. Like, that girl's going to look at me and go, oh, okay, this dude. And then she'll be like, oh, you don't have to do that. So many women will be like, you don't have to do that. Like, I'm not going to let you go outside by yourself. I got it. Don't worry about it. Boom. It's the little tiny things like that works every time. So like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's just a contrast between people. And I don't mind doing it. I'm a male. I can pick that, no problem, take it out.
So Justin Timberlake, it's a little different between you